Welcome to Mitä Pelataan podcast. Mitä Pelataan means what do we play in English. My name is Jani Kontkanen and I am from Eastern Finland. I'm a teacher educator. Well, actually I'm a teacher, but currently I'm a teacher educator in a university. I'm also doing PhD in the field of educational science. I have a wife and a child. Both of them are very lovely and wonderful. Both of them like games a lot. Both of them have good chances to become gamers. But unfortunately, we don't have time to play that much currently. As a gamer, I'm an omni-gamer, so I like all kinds of games as long as the game is good. If the game is not good, of course I don't like it. So what does it mean that a game is not good? Basically, if I can't make decisions in the game, or if it's boring, or if I could do other things with my time, the game is not good. It would be good if I have motivation to play the game another time after I've given it a chance to be played once. If after one play I feel that I've seen the game or know what it is about and there is nothing new coming, I don't think it's a good game. At least for me. Of course it can be a good game, but I probably won't play it again. I've been actively playing board games now for about 5 years. I got back into the hobby in 2009 when I found Board Game Geek, but I've been actively playing 5 years. I usually rate games after first play. I've played about 600 different games found from Board Game Geek. There probably are more, but I've played them in the past, so I don't remember them, or they are some Finnish games that can't be found from Board Game Geek. I've been tracking my plays since the beginning of 2015. The games that I've played before that, the numbers are not accurate on Board Game Geek. They are approximate numbers of the times played. Currently, I like midweight or heavy Euros, and I like playing them when there is time to play them. But as I said earlier, I like all kinds of games. At least I give them a chance to be good in my opinion. I also like two-player games. I like playing them with my wife especially at home. So, why did I choose to make a podcast? I could have made some other board game related content. I could have written reviews, I could have made a video or something similar. For writing, it takes time to write, and I don't really have time to write. For videos, you would need good equipment to do it properly. You would have to have proper lighting and you would have to have proper cameras. Of course, a phone camera or tablet camera can be used, but it's still not the same. It also takes time to record the videos. One trendy thing nowadays is adding board game photos to Instagram and then making a short comment on it. I began doing that myself this year as well. And that's a good way to deliver the content because you can easily check from your phone the photo and read that few lines of text and that's it. You don't have to focus on it because the reviews are short. But what's the best thing about podcast is that it can be listened while you're doing something else. So I get the content delivered to me when I'm concentrating on something else. I still understand the content, I can listen to it, I can understand what is being said in the podcast, but I can do something else. I only need my ears for that. So it's easy to do it when you're doing some housework or yard work or trying to clean the yard from the snows, chopping wood, what have you. Also, when I drive the car, I almost always listen to podcasts. But if I want to watch videos, I have to be watching the video. If I want to read a review or do something else with written text, I have to concentrate with my eyes on that. Of course, my ears are open then, but podcast is, in my opinion, the best medium to deliver content and still save time listening to content. Also, one main thing why I'm doing this podcast is because we have a lack of podcasts in Finnish. There are just a few, but none of them are this kind of babble podcasts or babblecasts. I'm coining the term now because I haven't heard it earlier. So I'm trying to fill that gap in the Finnish board game media. So what's the idea of the podcast? Well, because the name of the podcast is Mitä Pelataan, I'm going to tell you what games I've been playing, what did I get to the table. Then I'll go through some games that I'm wishing to get to the table as soon as possible. Also, I briefly talk about some games on my wishlist and why they are there. Then there will be some kind of a changing topic in each episode. I have lots of ideas written down and in plans, but let's see how it will be. Also, I'm planning to make top X lists. X for the reason that 10 is the very common number and most used, but it might not be the correct amount for some kind of topics. 10 might be too many for some themes, and I wouldn't want to list games or such that I don't really like, but because there has to be 10, I have to figure out 10. My aim is to make this podcast probably bi-weekly. In the beginning there might be more episodes because I have more content to go through. I haven't decided yet if I make English episodes with the same pace, or if I will make Finnish episode and then maybe combine 2 Finnish episodes, or make just a recap for the English version, or how I will do. I can be found from BoardGameGeek under username Zuxi, Z-U-X-I. I can be found from Instagram and Twitter and also SoundCloud, where this podcast is, by username Mitä Pelataan, MITAPELATAAN. In Facebook, I have a page called Mitä Pelata. It's spelled as the previous, but just remove the last 2 letters. I put updates to the Facebook page, and by liking it or following it, you probably get information easy enough. I will post new episodes there and sometimes pictures from Instagram, and I will post all my tweets there. But of course you are welcome to follow me everywhere. I don't mean walk behind me and follow me, I mean you can follow me on social media. If you want to contact me by email, you can do so by sending email to mitapelataan@gmail.com. If you want to ask questions, I am trying to answer them in this podcast in following episodes. Feel free to comment the content or anything about this podcast, especially now that we are in the beginning. I am accepting all kinds of comments and would like to get them. I hope you listen the first episode after this intro also, so that I didn't drive you away, at least not yet. On my behalf, thank you for listening to this intro episode of the podcast. If you know anyone who might be interested in listening to this podcast or following me on other media, please tell them to do so. Thank you. Let's get back to it later, and I'll tell you what do we play. The music used in this podcast was created by SoundCloud user Grim Border. Thanks to him for letting me use it.